Hi there. I'm a wee bit wet. It's been raining for quite a lot of this walk, and but I wanted to stop and take a little video. I quite like doing them when I'm out walking the dogs because it means they can wander around for a little bit longer. If you hear any jingling, my dogs do both wear bells when we are out in the forest, so that any wildlife that is around can hear us coming and get out of the way before we come across it, which I think is really important. Advanced warning to the deer is an important thing. I wanted to talk a little bit today about social media. So I see loads of posts all over my social media about I need to have a break, people are so horrible, why can't the positive dog training community be nicer to each other? I see loads of that sort of thing. And I wanted to just make a quick video because, so I use Facebook. That's really the social media platform that I use. I'm sure they're all similar. Facebook is extremely configurable. You've got a great deal of control over everything that you see on Facebook, including adverts. If you see some advert that you don't like, you can stop seeing anything from that company ever again. But the same goes for the people. So I have some friends who are really passionate activists about abuses of animals, and sometimes they will share images that literally give me nightmares. So if that happens, I stay friends with the person. I want them to easily be able to get into contact with me if they want, and I do want to have them on my friend list. I totally understand their point of view, but I don't want to lie awake for a week with nightmares having accidentally seen something. So for the people who routinely share these things, I don't nag them, I don't have a go at them, I don't unfriend them or block them. I simply unfollow them, which means we stay friends on Facebook, but I don't see things that they post. I could go and deliberately look at their newsfeed if I wanted to, or timeline. Is it timeline they're calling it now? I could go and deliberately look if I wanted to, but I won't accidentally see something that will give me nightmares. Similarly, if it's just one or two posts, I can hide those one or two posts so that I don't see them popping up as well. So there's a lot of things. Rox! Good girl, come over here. Roxy! Good girl. Good. There's a lot of things that I can do to protect myself online. I can create groups of my friends so that I can share specific things with specific people. So I have a little group for the people that I work with in my IT line of work. They probably don't want to see the amount of things I post about dogs, so I have a little group for them. I have a little group for my personal friends who also may not be into dogs. I have a group for my dog training friends. I have a group for general dog enthusiasts that I know and general dog enthusiasts that I don't know. I have lots of little groups, and each time I make a post I choose who to share it with, which helps avoid me annoying people for a start by constantly sharing posts about dogs to people who are not remotely interested or may even be frightened of dogs. And the other thing that I do is if I see something that I don't like in a group or on a friend's page, I don't necessarily comment on it. In fact, I hardly ever comment on it. If people come directly to me and ask my advice, I absolutely will tell them, give them the best advice that I can. But if somebody's posting something on their wall about something they're doing with their dog, and kind of like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. But that's not up to me. It's up to them. It's their life. It's their dog. And if they've not asked me for advice, I'm not going to just pile in and give my unsolicited advice. Partly, I hate unsolicited advice, and I think most people do. And most people actually respond quite negatively to unsolicited advice, which then is how arguments start. So I do my best not to get into those situations by not giving unsolicited advice. And the third thing I think that I do that helps make Facebook a really nice positive experience for me, I don't have a negative experience with Facebook. It has been an extremely good thing in my life, and it continues to be so. I don't need a break from it. But the other thing that I do that really helps keep it that way, I've totally lost the thread of what I was going to say. There is a third thing that I do. So I manage my people into groups so that I don't annoy folk. I don't dish out unsolicited advice to people who are just sharing what they're doing, or who are maybe doing things that I don't like. And the third thing that I do to make my social media a relatively happy place to be is, I move away from, if people are having a really bad time and they're really venting and they clearly are just having a go about something that's happened, I try not to join in with those sorts of things as well, because they often end up just being a bit of a bashing session of some person or some organisation, and I always think it's not such a nice thing to be involved in. It kind of often leaves a bit of a nasty taste in my mouth. So I might go off if I see something like that and find a really positive thing. Oh, and the last thing that I do have another thing that I do. See, if I'm having a really, really bad day, if things have been absolutely awful, I deliberately go through Facebook and I try and find a post from a friend of mine. I've got loads of friends on Facebook, so I see lots and lots of them. I try and find a post that somebody shared, or a comment that a post they've put up that I really agree with, or a video that I really agree with, and then I put a comment under it to say, oh man, that's absolutely amazing, thanks for sharing that. Because although I may be having a rubbish day, that really helps me to feel better if I've said something nice about somebody. So if you ever watch me on Facebook and I've given lots of people really nice comments all in the one day, that's a terrible day for me. Rox, come over this way. Come on, good girl. She's trying to go away and chew on a log, and I don't want her to, because she sometimes gets a bit obsessed, which is why I keep calling her. Might have done a separate video on that for another week. So anyway, those are my thoughts on social media. I might have others that pop into my head that I will share. I think it's so important because it can be a force for such good. It's a really good way to bring people together. And on a personal level, when I knew nothing about dogs and had a major problem on my hands, social media is what really helped me. So I hate to see people having a negative experience. So I thought I would share this. It wasn't all that windy when I started this. I'm hoping you'll be able to, when I upload it and listen to it back, you can actually hear me talking. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.